Okay. 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 Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome to Lewis Schaffer. Lewis Schaffer. Thank you, Ian Hayes. Thank you, Mark the Rosie, and thank you, 21 viewers so far. And we just got started. Hello. I'm not feeling that great today. I'm feeling all right. I'm not feeling that great. I'm feeling a bit happier. But I mean, look at how great. I mean, anyway, Joodles is here, so welcome back, Joodles. The names are knackered. Is there any way I can get nosy about this? And maybe fix this. If you guys know of a reason why it's doing that, I've had to write down the names so I know who you are. I know that Gnome Hunter is Blackadder, and MCS is MC Scott, and ICU is ICU. So that's all pretty good. So welcome to the show. Welcome. I've been watching Osmongold videos, and he's like basically what I am. He's a guy sitting in a flat, a total absolute mess, where people are wondering, is this guy for real? He didn't brush his teeth, and his teeth rotted. Why did his teeth rot? Because he was eating sodas. It's all diet. And I didn't post anything in his thing. I should have posted something in his thing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Anybody? I should close this down. We can hear and see, so that's a sound check. That's really good. I can't hear. I'm now deaf in one ear. And this is what Osmongold was talking about today. He was talking about how he made decisions that completely messed up his life. He said he didn't brush his teeth. And because he didn't brush his teeth rotted. He's only got 5 original teeth. His teeth look better now than they did before. Hello, Joe. Hello, I see you. Hello, Kerry Macker. The girls come in and Joodles. Tim Greenglass. Who is Tim Greenglass? Tim? Where are you from, Tim? Greenglass. So how are you? So he was talking about how decisions that he made ruined his life. And I'm thinking about the decisions that I made that I ruined my life. Tom Gardner, former Bard student from Asheville, North Carolina, an American. Did we go to school together, Tom? But it says Tom or Tim. Is it Tim or Tom? And how old are you? Did we went to school together? Tim Greenglass. Tom Gardner. I mean, that's the one thing about getting older. I've had 3 strokes. That's what the doctor said, that I had 3 strokes. I didn't know that I had 3 strokes, but the doctor said I had 3. They weren't major strokes, but, they debilitate your brain. No one's noticed. No one says to me, no. I've always been this basically stupid. Oh my God, what was Lewis like at school? Tom is using a pseudonym. Yay. Tom, I'm using a pseudonym. Yeah, back in the Leon Wanker days. Yeah, that's so funny. Do you remember those days? So what year were you in? Were you a year ahead of me or a year behind me? I think we could find out what Lewis Schaffer was like back then. No, you don't want to know. So they tilt their heads when they talk to you. What, because I was I don't know. I don't even know what I was back then. It's taken me a long time to realize what I was, but I was, I don't remember. We could maybe discuss that. If live streaming is enabled via an account linked to Streamlabs, YouTube may auto-assign the handle in the new streams. Check your YouTube standards under customization. Okay, I'm going to copy this, so I'll be able to look at this later, Joodles. I don't know. Is Kermit here that he can actually take a look at this? Let me send a message. Message in a bottle. I'll send a message in a bottle to Joodle so that I have it here. Okay. I'll have to do that. Yeah, I used to call myself Dirk Zero. Dirk Zero. Yeah. I was trying to be interesting. I was so young and really annoying. I'm like any 20, 18, 19-year-old. I was annoying. I was like really, really annoying. What year were you in? Hi there, looking around. It was the punk rock era. I loved punk rock back then. It was the punk rock era in our school. And then it became the punk rock era and everywhere. It says YouTube is rolling it out more and more to stop impersonations. No, this is the reason. Yeah, well, maybe that's right. Maybe we should ask everybody to give their real name. But then again, we couldn't be as open and as honest if we make everyone give their real name. Should we do that? But you're in Asheville. Asheville's supposed to be a great city, Asheville. I assume it's a great... Asheville is in North Carolina. It's the home of the guy who founded Vanderbilt. It was the Vanderbilt mansion was there. It's absurd. They suddenly care about us. Well, have we complained about anything? Have we complained that you shouldn't put on a fake name? Maybe it's best. But this is just the name you used, Gnome Hunter. We don't know who Gnome Hunter is. Maybe it's in prelude for digital ID, Joodle says. That could be so true. That could be so true. It's shocking. Vanderbilt, right? And homes of writer Thomas Wolfe. Right, it's a mountain community, so it wasn't super hot. The climate was pleasant there. Are you from there originally, or did you move there? Tom, did you move there? And how did you find out about the Lewis Schaffer is here? How did you find out? Lewis, this is going to be another rough show. Anyway, Bard College is the university that I went to school at in New York. I mean, it was hardly a university. It was more like it was a college. There was 600 people when I went to school there, and it ended up with 900 or something. I don't know how many people are on the school now. We had like 2,000 acres of land. It was in the middle of the woods. It was brilliant. But then I don't know what's happened with the school. I don't know. I haven't followed it recently. I'm trying to live for today. You're from New York. Okay, well, welcome. You don't remember me, Lewis. I think that's indicative of the 3 strokes. Yeah. Well, it's also indicative of the fact that I don't care about other people. I mean, I pretend that I do. I try to be as nice as possible. Do you think about Leon and Epstein being buddies? I have not thought about that. No. I haven't thought about that, but I mean, I believe, yes. So you're thinking that maybe Leon, no. But maybe, you don't know. But Jeffrey Epstein, of course, it totally makes sense. He was like, Jeffrey Epstein, the famous Jeffrey Epstein, was schmoozing with all the unis so that he could, basically, he was an idiot. He was a bit like me, I think, and he figured a way to blackmail people and get money from them, and he wanted to schmooze up with the universities, and that's what he used to do. He used to go up to the schools, and maybe he wanted to schmooze up with the Bard College girls, which had a bad reputation back in the day, if you remember correctly. I mean, even before our time, the girls that I went to school with were considered extremely lascivious. They were brilliant girls, but they were extremely lascivious. So that's the thing about my school. I never heard about Leon. Maybe I should Google that right now. I'll Google that. Joke for you, Lewis. Jimmy Melody. Hi, Jimmy Melody. Who are you? Who is Jimmy Melody? But tell me a joke. Let's see what the joke says. A joke for you. The Yank was very disappointed when he found out the beautiful Norfolk broads were waterways. Well, yeah, that's a joke. Yeah, that's a joke. Because I fell in love with a Norfolk broad. Anyway, but it's funny. Is it FM Ghost? I mean, I'm going to have to do something about FM Ghost. We cannot have people posting nude pictures of other group members. Can we do that? We have to say no. There has to be some kind of punishment. And people, we need an apology. We need we need someone to say, okay, I overstepped it. I'm sorry. That was wrong of me. Can you teach me to do the splits, he said. How flexible are you? I said, I can't do 2 on Tuesdays. This is a joke site. People are just telling jokes. What happened with Kerry? What did I say? What I have to change then, Joodles? I had a look, but got confused. I don't know if we can change anything. Joodles made it seem like it was set by YouTube, but you can't change anything. I don't know. Should we change it? Anyway, we got Kerry Mac and Kerry P. Lewis has worried me. Well, how have I worried you? Gnome Hunter. Blackadder. Where is he? He's been kicked off? No, I haven't kicked him off. I spoke with Kermit about it, and I said we should speak to him one more time, and then I'm gonna suspend him, I think. Maybe worse. Something. We have to do something. What do you think should be done? Should any one of us be on the stream here and putting up pictures of Lewis Schaffer naked without my permission? I mean, you can do me, but don't do other people. You can't. And then when we say, hey, you've been caught, deny it. We can't have that happen. How do we know? But it's not just that, Joodles. I wanted to ask you about that. It's not just that. It's not just whether he's learned his lesson. I think everybody here needs to learn a lesson that we have to be nice to each other. I'm trying my best to be nice to people, Joodles. Sometimes it doesn't quite happen. I apologize to Joodles. But we need to be nice to people. No, when it comes to things like that, then you have to consent. It's just my belief. I agree with you, Kerry Macca. I prefer FM than someone else who frequents here. That doesn't matter. That's like saying, I prefer a pickpocket to a murderer. Yeah, I prefer a pickpocket to a murderer, but we don't want any pickpockets either. I'm too bloody nice to all the losers on here. Yeah, we're all losers. What kind of I don't know if we're losers. Maybe we're not. I don't even know who you are. Some of us are losers, but that doesn't mean we don't have something to give to the group. Okay? It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. We have losers here. Okay, so let's be nice to people. And Joe Sanders says she's not a loser. Are you a loser? I don't know if you're a loser. I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me? Remember that song? Kermit says crypty to Kerry P. I prefer it. Why is that? How is that cryptic? She says it plainly. There are other people here she does not like, more than she does not like, but we'll have to ask Lucy what she thinks needs to be done. And even this is out of Lucy's hands. Like, let's say you murder somebody and then you fall in love with the murderer's wife, and the murderer says, oh, he's a lovely guy, don't punish him. He still has to be punished to send a lesson to everybody else. Am I right? You didn't say who. Well, what did you say, Kerry P? What did you say, Kerry P? What did you say? Who do you want punished? If you want somebody punished, Kermit and me, we're going to review it. Kermit and me. We'll review it and then decide what we should do about it. Does anybody have a different opinion on this? We all know who. What that VT guy? Is that who you're talking about, Jedster? The VT guy? Yes. I mean, there are people who we don't like. But, I mean, if they follow the rules, if they come in under a fake name, then that's punishable. It drives me insane. Sometimes when I tuck Chiar into bed at night, she might think I'm punishing her. So do you think that we'd be punishing him if we suspended him? But I just call it tucking in. Oh, I see. Well, first off, it's best to confirm, and then it should be up to the people involved and the mods, you and Kermit and Lucy, I think. Yeah, but I think we're all here together and we can all have input. I mean, obviously, I'm the person in charge and Kermit's has some charge. Well, here's an idea, Lewis. You decide. Yeah, I know. Obviously, I should decide. But I'm a bad father. I have trouble deciding. I'm from the school of love, basically. I was very weak. I'm weak. It's not attractive. Why is my head tilted? Is my head tilted? I can't tell if it's tilted. Hey everybody, let's go and like the chat. Let's go subscribe. Let's go. Yeah, I will decide. And maybe it's not him. Maybe he's come up with a new name. What can you do about all these new name things? I tuck her up good, says MC Scott, and prop her some nights. But I digress. My point is, sorry, there are times when the claw comes out. Can't help it. Okay, I don't know what that means, and I'm not even going to find out what it means. He won't own up. Yes, that's a problem. I actually believe that's a problem. You got to own up, says Kermit. I've already stuck up for him once. I feel betrayed. Okay, I didn't even know that you stuck up for him. I thought this is all new stuff. I mean, what I said on a message, I said he shouldn't come in with a fake account, right, number one. He shouldn't come in pretending to be one of the group, number two. He shouldn't post an image like that. That's number three. And he shouldn't say it was someone in the group who that was the image of. So that's what he should apologize for and say, I'm not going to do it again. And if he does it again, he should be banned forever. But he should come clean. And then I said he should come clean and he should apologize to the person whose picture he said it was. And then he should apologize to all of us. Yeah, you banned him once, and I said you shouldn't. And you unbanned him. Okay. Hey, Alex. Hello, Lewis. And hey, all. So he's saying hello to everybody. Best not to mention it. Even hearing you mention it on here could trigger her. So, yeah, I said that to her. I said maybe I shouldn't even mention this. But remember what punishment is. Somebody robs a bank, and just because people in the community go, oh, he's of this color, or he's of this religion, or he's an immigrant, whatever it is, that doesn't mean he should escape punishment, because we've got everybody to worry about, not just the people who were supposed victims. They're not the judge and jury. What's up with the names showing? I think it's a YouTube problem. Joodles found out it's a YouTube problem, or a decision that YouTube made, wanting to make sure that there were no false, crazy names on here. Alex, I mean, I don't know if I've got a problem with it. Yeah, well, we should all fear we should be punished a little bit, but we should all believe that your host, Lewis Schaffer, whatever you call me, is trying to be fair and is not a mean guy. I just had the dumbest delivery rider ever. He refused to give me my beer and fags because I didn't have ID, and you're 56. Is that the dumbest? He's just someone who follows the rules. Follows the rules. That makes sense now because someone can pretend to be someone else easily. Yeah, they could. People change their names relentlessly. So maybe this is a better way. I was talking to someone about it, and I'm to say, why don't we all use our real names? Maybe that's what we need to do. Everybody most of the people here are using their real names. So it keeps us honest. That's what I do. That's what I do with all of my social media and internet things. I use my real name because it keeps me from being too dirty. Too dirty. Not, it doesn't stop me, but it keeps me. Well, my name is half my real name. Okay, my name is half my real name. Okay, Joe, be positive-ish. It makes sense now because someone could pretend to be someone else easily. Yeah, that's exactly right. So I think we're heading in the right direction. Anybody want to make a final statement about this? I'm getting obsessed with Osmongold. He lost his teeth. Not because he wasn't brushing his teeth. He lost his teeth because when you eat a high-carb diet, it rots your teeth. And also, he was drinking lots of soda, which has like tons of acids in it, weird sugars. Scott is my name. England is my middle name. Okay. Not a bad name. And I was watching Osmongold. Do you know who I'm talking about? This guy. He's got 4.5 million subscribers. Anyway, he's very similar to me. He's got high blood pressure, as I do. He's got a U.S. flag, as I do. Blood is here, as I do. And but he never eats fruit, which is the opposite of me. I love fruit. And he's basically doesn't care what people think about him. He's living the life of a hoarder, as I am. I'm still finding stuff in the street. I found. Do you see this thing here? Do you see my bookcase there? Do you see the bookcase? I found a slightly smaller version of the bookcase on the street, and I said to my son number 2, I said, come on, help me pick it. And he came and helped me pick it up because he's a nice boy. Hello, Mr. Marmite. Everybody's pretending to be somebody that they are not. I don't think we're not Well, we do that, but YouTube is not by changing the names from someone we first pretended to be to what we are now. ICE it's YouTube changing it. So, I mean, I think you're a smart guy, Mr. Marmite. Maybe you could find out who is, see if we can change it. See if we can find that out. I spent £1,000 on dental work. Got a bridge too far, in my opinion. Should have left the gear alone in my mouth. What does that mean? A bridge. What does a bridge do exactly? I think I might need a bridge because I got a broken tooth right here. Can you see one broken tooth here? Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. And then over here, I've got a broken tooth. I see you. Yeah, everybody's acting. What is local in Northampton? MCS. I like using my real name, Dullin says, because it translates as Angel of Death of the Lord. Oh my God, that's something that's so Islamic. Angel of Death of the Lord. Dullahan. But what's the point of a word if no one knows what the words means? Dominic Dullahan. That's a good name. It's a very Irishy name. I don't know. Players. We're all playing. That's true. What are we doing? This is a diversion. I had a chat with someone on the stream. I don't even know if I should ever say who these people are, but I had a chat with someone. And I'll just give that information away. She said, that this is a diversion. It's a diversion from what we're doing in life. It's an hour of diversion. It's a way for us to maybe speak to other people, to think we're maybe have a chance, whatever. As I told you, Dullahan means the daily plan. Daily plan. Okay. I can't, you know what it is, Dullan? I can't follow all this stuff. Maybe I am mentally inadequate. Maybe my brain is gone. Or maybe I don't care as much as I don't really care. I mean, things don't stick in my brain like they used to. They don't stick. This is more than a diversion. It's a connection. It's a diversion, as I said, and it's also a connection. I'm connecting with you. I see you. You can connect with Joodles. Joodles can connect with Ludd and MC Scott and Maltese Phil. And you can't expect all of us to be all amazing. It's a public forum. If somebody gets out of hand, you say to me, Lewis, you send me a message on Twitter, send me a message, or you send it to me you send me a message on Twitter, or you print it out here and you say, hey, can somebody do something about that guy? Or maybe not so publicly, because you may change your mind about him. As we might change our mind about everything. People could fall in love. Okay, no, Dullan. No. Dullan often gets associated with Abdullah. I'm used to it, but it's bollocks. Is that what Abdullah means? So it's not Abdullah. I don't know. So you say, I don't know, what are you saying there? Sorry, I'm doing the dishes. Yes, it's just... Okay. A long story, but I was called that, and I may own it, laugh out loud. What were you called, Joe Sanders? What were you called? What were you called? What were you called? It's not Abdullah. Joodles is mime. Is mime. Is mime, says Alan Williams. I'm missing this love. There's love going on. It's ancient Irish. Yeah, these used to be real countries at one time, before they were part of the globalist conspiracy to make people afraid and to take away the local population, who have basically built this world. Maybe it's I mean, let's face it. I was watching. I don't even want to mention the guy's name, but his last name is a museum in London. Actually, 2 museums. And his first name is Andrew. And he was saying, if you want something to get done, you get a lot of white people, and they'll do it. And white people made the world. There is a world because of white people. There are ships. There are cities. There's ships and cities. I saw him where he was talking about his own his half of an ethnic group. And it was just fascinating. He was so funny. I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want it discussed underneath. My ancestors are Irish. Well, yeah. Well, a lot of English people also. The point is any of those people who were convicts the reason they became convicts is because the local British government didn't want to kill them. Dame Claire is here. That's Claire C. So there you go. Hello, Dame. Where have you been? Where have you been? Society wasn't meant to be like it is today. No. Well, when was it ever? The point is the people who are in control of society want us to be afraid. That's why they're inviting all these people who are scaring us. They're scaring us because they think they want us to be afraid. That's my theory. What's your theory? We are all little monsters pretending to be not. We're all little monsters. Yeah. We are all little monsters. Nothing civilized about society today. Yes, it's very scary. It's really scary when you have people walking around with their faces covered. And maybe that's okay in Afghanistan, but that's not, we're not used to that. It's just scaring people. But Keir Starmer doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't even know what he's doing, but he doesn't care. He's been told to do this. I've been on the phone with my uncle in Belfast. That's brilliant. Does he speak like, we don't know how they speak, but does he have a Belfast accent? AI can't even, what are we doing? Predictive spelling? Who made a mistake with, we got to make sure, no, we don't have to make sure. I think punctuation is very important, as is pronunciation, but punctuation. And taking the time to reread what we're writing, because you can't go back and change it. I wonder if Starmer ever rides the two. Of course he doesn't. And he's told, all you got to do is put up with this for now. He's got enough security. This is what he's told to do. Just put up with it. A very broad Belfast accent. This is what Dame Claire says. Born and bred in Belfast. Mr. Marmite is blaming AI for talking gibberish. Anyway, so that's what's happening. I know we discussed it yesterday, but that bit where Keir Starmer was basically ushered aside by Donald Trump. I don't think Donald Trump ushered him aside fast enough. I think Donald Trump realized, I'm not going to let this guy speak. And he's just trying to include everybody. He's trying to be as loving as possible. Us Belfast women are a force to be reckoned with. Laugh out loud. I could believe it. I know what Jules is like and Lucy is like. And you're like, there you go, I believe it. Bojo used to ride around London on a bike. Con rides around in an armored Range Rover. That's actually not true that he uses a bike. I've seen him get off of the bike. Get on the bike, like around the corner and just ride on the bike. Bojo. He could have done something for this country, but he didn't. He made it worse because he promised people he was going to do something. Didn't do anything. Let more and more people in. Didn't do anything. Fight these three things, Vatanai says. Good to see you. The hierarchy of organized religion, they are a tool of the state, right? Of course, they are the state. Authoritarian government, which is the state. Central banks and digital money. Yeah, maybe. Digital money is going to be the death of us. But people are buying Bitcoin. And isn't Bitcoin digital money? I see you. He's lived in the same house, says Dame Claire, that he was born. He's 76. That's a long time. That's a really long time. Marianne is here. So that's Marianne from Peekskill. Marianne McCara. Good to see you. Sorry about the names. The YouTube has changed the format of the names. They've changed the format. I see you makes a very interesting point that Bitcoin will bite you. I think that they will. I think we'll wake up one day and it will be gone. It'll be gone. We don't know who founded it. We don't know who did anything to it. Could be that Banksy guy. Who knows? Who knows who did that? Am I looking all right? Who knows what's going to happen with Bitcoin? I know they've looked at the code. This is what I say. They've looked at the code. I'm not an expert at Bitcoin. I don't own any Bitcoin. But I don't. I've got no money. And let's speaking about money. I would appreciate, we need one person to go over to Ko-fi, Ko-fi, and buy the stream a Coke, a coffee £5. What is £5? A magazine? Something like that. We can do that. Also, we only have 6 people liking the stream. We got 38 people watching. We've gone up a level of people watching it. 19 people have signed in. That's even more brilliant. 19, 38 people. So everybody go in, thumbs up, give a thumbs up. Can you see the thumbs up? Thumbs up, there you go. Thumbs up. Okay. I'm looking, look, thumbs up. Go, where's the button where you press subscribe or join? I forget what it's called. I don't have it on my screen. Maybe I could find it on another screen to see what it's like. Marianne says, in my black shirt, which is a nice black shirt. It's not expensive, obviously. It's not expensive. I steal clothes from my sons, and they steal it from me. We're all the same size, which is nice. I'm going to see this. Yes, there's a bell. There's a thumbs up, and then there's the bell. Press the bell. That's what I'd like you to do. I'm not asking for this properly. I was watching, what's his name? Fantastic Osmongold, which I'll mention again. And he said to me, he's talking to 4.5 million people, but he said to me that he got into this business, not to make friends. He didn't. He got into this business to make, because he was looking after his mom. I'm looking after my kids, and I'm looking, let's be nice. You're looking like Danny Zuko, Lewis, rocking and rolling and whatnot. Kind of, sort of. Well, I mean, I don't know. I should have been thinner today. But I'm basically staying the same weight. Number one. Number two is I've been walking like every day, and that's really important. So I want to thank you, Kermit, for saying that. I want to thank Marianne for saying I looked amazing. And if anybody has a question who somebody is, ask me, because there's been a changeover of the names. Ex-pupil wanted some help to perform a song at a retirement do. Dancing Queen, da 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 da. Thank you, Dame Claire. She says I'm a beautiful man. And you're a beautiful, beautiful girl. And Joe is also a beautiful girl. And Judels is a beautiful girl. And Vatnai is a beautiful... No, you're a boy. Carrie Mack is a beautiful girl. I mean, that's what was the point I was making? The point I was making, also, you've got Patreon and PayPal. We're approaching, look at, this is unbelievable, really. We're at 41 people watching on a Tuesday. I'm so happy with that. I'm so happy. It's also so embarrassing when people aren't watching. It's like really embarrassing. And because I know you all, like when you miss a day, Joodles, whatever, I notice that it's really painful to me. And here's Kermit coming in. He's so good. He'd make a great, I mean, I know you have a wife, whatever, but you make a great boyfriend. Kermit is saying, he's saying the Patreon thing, which is brilliant. And then PayPal, which is even easier. Okay, I got Grokme to turn me into a woman. I quite fancy myself. Well, I said that yesterday. The difference between men and women is very, is a bit of lippy. 41, Alan Williams, that's true. Is a bit of lippy. There isn't much difference between men and women. But vive le de front, and there's a little bit of difference. Joe Sanders, she's having the time of your life. Who is? Not me. I mean, maybe I am. I'm a beautiful girl on Tuesdays. You know what? Maybe you are. Marianne says, yes. Yes. Notice this about the names. I tried to do a live stream on YouTube with my cat. All of the streaming platforms want money, which I can't justify. Well, YouTube is not charging me money. They should be giving you money. Is that true, Marianne? That they want money? I mean, and also, are you on Streamlabs? Because I'm just giving you a warning about that. I would just go straight to YouTube. I think. I'm not even sure. It's complicated. The thing about these streaming things, they were all founded by very smart people who knew their computers. And then they want us to use it. And unless you've been using this kind of thing. Put the picture, Kermit, put the picture up on, he says, I used an app to turn me into a woman, Kermit says, and I looked a bit like a librarian. Okay, well, is there anything wrong with being a librarian? No. But why was it bad to be a librarian back in the day? It was like kind of a prejudice kind of thing, right? A prejudice kind of thing. I refuse. Are you getting ads on this right now? Are you getting ads? Because I'm not. Should you be getting ads if there's no monetization on this side? Speaking of, there's no difference between men and women. Who said that? I didn't say that. Did you see how badly castigated and vilified the women on See how badly castigated and vilified the women on Big Brother were. There's a woman LARPing as a man, and she called her a girl. Who is this? I haven't seen this. We know there's a difference, and humans are trained to tell the difference between men and women. But the difference is relatively minor, that it is possible with a little bit of drugs, with a little bit of makeup, to fool Lewis Schaffer. So could you please explain, Joodles, what you are talking about? Because I would like to know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. So Gnome or Blackout has no ads. So he's got no ads. I need a sponsor. Well, I am the sponsor. The sponsor is Lewis Schaffer. That's the sponsor of this thing. She's got a warning. But the ginger guy got kicked. Who got a warning? Joodles. You might have to explain the entire story, basically. I checked out Streamlabs and OBS, and StreamYard. And did they want money for those things? I'm on Streamlabs. I'm not paying any money. I've not watched Big Brother for many years, but he was being interviewed by Andrew Gold, etc. There wasn't enough space to tell the story properly. Yeah, well, say it in a few different lines here. Take your time. We still have like 45 minutes. Biological facts are soon distorted, says ICU, and given away to the left pink-haired idiots. Yeah, but people are different. Men are different than women. It's on a curve. Lots of women are just like some men. But some men are not like any women, any of them, because of the way the bell curve goes. Infuriatingly, she admitted she was in the wrong, Joodles. Says Lucy Van Pelt is here. Thank you, Lucy. Alan, let's start a nightclub where only people who come on here can go. Can go where? Oh, to go to the nightclub. Can go to the nightclub. Well, when it comes to transgender men, if they don't sound manly anymore, it's the jawline that gives them away, and their balls. Well, what about the men who've been changed since they were children, young children? That's bad. If you say anything against the narrative on Big Brother, they tell you off or kick you out. Crazy, given how much they used to show on Big Brother. Says, it's like me. When I called that guy fat, they kicked me off the air. Welcome. You know, they don't want me on the air. It's just, I don't know. I haven't gotten an apology. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking, but he did call me up and ask, how am I doing? Because he listened to the show the other day where I said I was having a breakdown. Am I having a breakdown? I mean, does Tim and Tom, am I having a breakdown from Bard College? Lewis also signed up for something called Big O Live, but it looks like some kind of hookup thing. Big O or Bingo? Hookup thing. And some have tried to send me messages, which terrifies me. So so I may just unsubscribe. Yeah, you know what? You're a girl. That's why you get messages. I'm a guy. I go on as myself. I could press maybe I could get more likes than the average guy because I'm an internationally famous TV celebrity and comedian, famous for being on GB News. But this is where I lose it. This is what Kerry Mack is saying, because children should not be exposed to transgender ideas and stuff until they shouldn't be exposed to it at all. It's creepy. A child doesn't know what transgender is. I don't even know what transgender is. I was thinking today, what is a gender? A gender is what we perceive the other gender to be, which is sexist. Because, just because a girl doesn't wear a dress and have long hair doesn't mean she's not necessarily a girl. Right? So what does that mean? The BB question was, if you had to pick one housemate to be with on a deserted island and you had to repopulate the planet. So it's basically, who would you do? Who would you choose? The girl picked the woman with the beard, meaning she didn't want to repopulate the planet. Or did she do that, Joodles, just to be nice? Is that what you're saying? Was she like lying? Look, I don't care. Or did she understand that was possibly a girl who's been sterilized, or a guy? It used to be a social experiment. Now it's more like a social indoctrination, says Karma. Yeah, I agree with you. For those who missed out on it in school, yeah, you got to go along. What's that song? You got to go. You got to know when. You got to. What's the Elvis Costello song? Radio. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm considering boycotting this show again, but I'll carry on considering that another time. Names have changed, so saying hi again. Dame Claire, okay. Lewis, who is he? And is he fat? I missed that. He was fat. He was proper fat. He was fat. I was like upset, so I blame myself for this thing. In fact, a child should only be playing with toys and stuff, not worrying about what sex it is. That's a good point, Kerry Macker. We got enough things to worry about. Now they got to sit there and say, am I really a girl? Do I trust my parents because they call me a girl, but in school they call me a boy? We've got to end public education. I'm against public education. The reaction was phenomenal, Claire. Judel says. That's what Dame is, Claire. Gender is a repurposed word that used to be interchangeable with the word sex. But yes, that could be true, but it isn't, because what does it mean to be a man? If you wear a dress as a man, does that make you not a man? No, you're still a man. Yes, Lewis, I assume she picked the girl with the beard to be nice. Yes. And that's one of the big differences between men and women. Men usually don't care about that thing, but when the other girl went, but she's a girl, she doesn't have a willy. The rest rounded on her like a pack of wolves. Well, yeah, it's horrible. I'm with Judels on this. I wasn't against trans stuff until maybe 2 years ago, when I realized they were castrating children. And I'm also against it because I'm against being nice for the sake of being nice, Joodles. That's another reason why I'm against it. I'm also against it because I think we need to have more, whatever, I'm not going to say. I cross out gender in the forms and write in sex, says Marianne from Peekskill, New York. Maybe that's the way we protest it. Gender doesn't mean anything. Once divorced from biological sex, they're just making things up. They're making it up because now they say there is 100 genders. Why not 1 billion? Why not? Am I all man? Would you say that I'm all man? What gender am I? I'm the Lewis gender. There are people who are like me. Are they men? Are they women? No, they're the Lewis gender. It's a lie. I hate lies so much. I was lied to by my mother, with her mental illness. And it made me mental. It made me a bad person. It made me do bad things. Gender doesn't mean anything, okay? That's what Alan Williams said. And I agree with you, Alan. Okay? I mean, all this talk about Big Brother, just file a complaint to Points of View, for heaven's sakes. Not hard. Get Big Brother off the air. Yeah, well, why should there be it? What channel is it on? Channel 4. That's part of the state propaganda systems, like the BBC Channel 4. Public education is private education here, full of perverts. Right, public education. Yeah, public education. You know what I mean. I mean public. I meant actually. Yeah, public education. We shouldn't have it been paid for by the state. We should not have it paid for by the state. The state should keep out of education. Big Brother is so woke, it is unwatchable. The fact that one person had the nerve to say that, to say, that's a girl, you will not have any children. And then the rest of the people said, that's wrong. Ron Smith is here. Hello, Ron Smith. A Guardian article, Rachel Reeves, just tell voters why taxes must go up. And then do it. And of course, the comment section is closed. My God, the Guardian. What a bunch of absolute liars. I'm glad you mentioned the Guardian article. Ron Smith. Ron Smith, what is your name? Where are you from? But here's what I saw today. Did you see an article on the internet which showed the flooding out in Berkshire? That there was flooding, and they said this is global warming, right? And it was in a town called Raysford or something. W-R-A-Y. Raysford. Did you see that? Raysford. And then, you know what I did? I went on the map and I looked at this place called Raysford or something like that in Berkshire. And it's on the Thames. It's surrounded by water, like all these different lakes. It's basically they put it in a swamp and then they're complaining it's global warming. The Guardian, bunch of effing liars. Guardian liars. Climate change liars. Liars. And there's always been floods. I think there was a flood a couple thousand years ago. I think I read something about it. There's always been floods. Yeah, always been floods. Nobody will ever convince me this is not a pedo's charter, Kerry, hence dragging the toddlers to Pride, which is just a fetish parade now. Yes, that's quite possible, Joodles. But I think it's worse than that. It's not just about pedoism, though I think pedoism might be a very good, a very big part of it. I think they don't want people to have children, and this is what they're one of those ways. They don't, they want workers. They want obedient workers. And if you believe that, you could change your sex, you could believe that maybe the Subway sandwich is the best sandwich in the world. Something like that. There's a joke in that. What do you think about that, Joodles? I think that that's what it is. Okay. I was watching an audience with Al Murray on YouTube last night, Claire, and Nikki was on it from about 20 years ago. God love her. Who was Nikki? Who was Nikki? Apparently, Ron Smith, what is your name? I mean, I don't know. Maybe that is his name. Where are you from? Are you fat? Apparently, it's racist if you say, don't bark at me to a black person now. Okay? It's like the moment you don't agree with someone, ethnic or LGBT, yeah, they need everybody to get along because they want the population replaced. I mean, I hate to say it. I think that's what it is. They don't want us to have children. It's easier to import people into the country. They're importing. You're from Wales, from Mid-Wales. Nobody's from Mid-Wales, really, but that's really great. He's from Mid-Wales. Mid-Wales. Anyway. So, this is my internet name, Ron Smith. Okay, well, let's go with that then. That's good. Ruben is here. It's always entertaining you. Talk about stuff you don't understand. Well, do any of us understand it? Tell me where I'm wrong. I think I'm agreeing with most people here. I'm so strong against trans things. I think it's disgusting. I think because I'm going to tell you why I do not like, and maybe you can I don't know. I don't put this on YouTube. Don't put this on the Reels or whatever, this TikTok. I believe in honesty, no more lies. I'm tired of lying. And what is trans? I'm a woman. You're not a woman, you're a man. Stop lying. And if they're not lying, then they're mentally ill. Okay? That's what I'm saying. I'm demonetized already, but it's about let's be honest. And that's what really bothers me about our group. And what I really like about our group, I think we're being honest. I think we can be honest. We need to be honest. I mean, I'm a liar. I'm a liar. You know I'm a liar. You know when I say don't eat carbs. I went out and had 2 ice creams yesterday. And today I've had a tasty samosa. I'm a liar. But I'm admitting I'm a liar. I'm trying not to lie. You know when everybody thinks, oh, isn't he so cute, asking girls to send naked pictures of themselves. And you know, in reality, I'm a perv. You know it. You know it. So, whatever it is. The WPATH files have shown that PDFs, castration fetishes, were involved in pushing trans. They don't want boys' bodies to mature. Yes, I didn't read the WPATH files, Lucy, but I could believe it. There's so much evil going on. I mean, the religion is so evil to begin with, and that's the religion. 2 billion people are following a very bad religion. We were talking about Nikki Graham, Lewis. She was once a BB contestant who died during this pandemic because she was anorexic. Okay, Claire spent most of her life in institutions. Loved her. That's really sad. That's really, really sad. Okay. Nikki Graham. I remember how sad. Who was the other one who died? Who died too? It's horrible. She called her, she made a joke about what's her name. And people didn't like that. I mean, Joodles and Lucy, and I agree with Joodles. The difference is I haven't been thinking about it as much as Joodles and Lucy. But I agree with them. I think it's inherently evil. Jade Goody, right, Kermit? Yes, exactly. Rose was so upset about Jade Goody dying, Kermit. Keith Bexley, thank you, Keith, basically said if it's a choice to identify as a trans woman, then his choice was to identify as a black lesbian. Well, I busted out laughing honestly. Yes, it was like that. I mean, that joke's been made forever. Am I a tennis racket? Yeah. I mean, but the truth is, the religion is lies to us. The religion of this country is, work hard, become a boss lady, you'll be happy. And then when you're 39 years old, have a baby. That's what the lie is to this country. There's so much lies. There's so much lies. What's the movie star bit? I forgot. Why do I have to mention the movie star bit, Ruben? Yeah, this whole thing with the trans world. I never thought that. I thought it was funny. I mean, I thought it was almost kind of sexy. There was a girl, a woman, a guy who became a woman. You know, who became a woman. And I just thought it was like nice. She was a nice girl. Like, you know, I knew she wasn't a girl, but it was a nice girl. And it was like, you know, like I've got a blow-up doll in my flat here. And I think of her as my girlfriend. That's actually not true. I don't have a blow-up doll. But sometimes you pretend. Anyway. Or have a baby at 41. Love the challenge. Yeah. And then, you know, and they say, oh, everything's all right. I'm sorry for talking like this. It's a horrible... I've got, you know... What are we told? We're told work is amazing. Go to the office, you're amazing. Become a boss lady, you are amazing. It doesn't make people happy, or maybe it does, but I don't think it's right. Daz is here. So where are we headed next? What's coming to us next? Sometimes we see our future in the movies. Well, this AI thing, Grok was lying to us, and the fact is importing massive amounts of people who hate us, i.e. the Muslims, hate us, is scaring people. And it's not going to end well. I shouldn't even discuss it, because this is supposed to be a diversion. A diversion. That's what we're trying to do, is have a diversion. But I would like to be honest. I would like to let people know what I'm thinking about. Meanwhile, every single day I walk down the street, I pick up something and put it in my pocket or carry it home with me. And my flat is becoming even more... something's happened. I've become a hoarder, a real proper hoarder. Anyway, calendar apps built in, snakes probably too. The world will be my oyster with Wendy. Wendy's your plastic girlfriend. This is why I'm trying to get my travel logs going crazy. I found... Maltese Phil. I don't know what you're saying there. Also, Katie Hopkins said it well. Said, well, if you want to identify as a lamp, then it's okay for me. But let me shove a light bulb up your... Did she say that? She is really proper funny. Who are we talking about, Lewis? I don't know what I was talking about. I was saying that we are covered in a world of lies. I believe in all the lies. Or some of the, you know, we're told that work is more important. Whatever we're told. People were told, you know, I miss good old-fashioned trannies who said they were just blokes who like to wear a dress. Yes, and as most men like to wear a dress. I've worn a dress. It's good fun. It's good fun for girls to dress up as guys. But not too much. Not too much. Carrie Macca. So Katie said, she did say that. Katie Hopkins did say that. She is funny. She's funny, and I like her videos. They're out there. You wait when I tell Wendy about this. Crepes. You know who also always says crepes? Judel says crepes a lot. I think we're all at that point, Alan. Who knew we'd ever get to this point? Yeah, who knew it? We are at this point. It's a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous point. Dangerous point. So this show has been about trans. It's been about trans. Maybe we should have a poll. I think if we have a poll of the people who are watching... Should we have a poll? Should trans be illegal? I'm not saying trans should be illegal. I don't think the state should be involved in any of this. How is the hear? How is the sound? How is the sound? Judels just wants crepes. But you can't tell with that accent. Yeah, she's a fancy girl. He meant crikey, Scott. I meant crikey. It says crepes. What was the word that was used? Yeah, that's you always say crikey. Crikey. I don't even know what it means. You said it like many times. I don't even know what it means. Joe Sanders says, just before his, I had a call from my ex, and we spent an hour talking about politics and putting the world to rights. May not all my ex are rubbish. Okay, I know what you meant. You meant, so not all your exes are rubbish. He's a great one. He's a good one. Yeah. Well, why did you get rid of him? Why do we believe that it's okay to divorce? Why did you get rid of him? Beautiful Rose came here today to pick up a chair that she had left here. I hope she's constantly finds reasons for coming. It was really nice to see her. I think she's all right with me. I mean, maybe not in the same way, but she had to get rid of me. Joe Sanders, you type fast, yeah. So don't type as fast, and let's see if we can make sure. The sound is good, the visual is good. Thank you, Marianne. Yeah, as it's coming to Halloween, what scares you the most? I mean, what scares the most is the real world. World War II is coming, or World War II is involved. Girl from Mars is here, 5 kids, so that's amazing. That's amazing. It's brilliant. So, and you say Jade, as in Jade Goody? No, but Rose loved Jade Goody, and she loved Jade Goody, and you know. But at the same time, she's mad at me for attending the march, thinking I'm like a Nazi or something. I don't know how that happens, but she loved Jade Goody. I could bet you top dollar that Jade Goody would have been at the Unite the Kingdom march. I met the man who invented crossword puzzles today. His name was P something, T something, or Ian Higgs. Joke for Ian Higgs. There you go. Very good. Very, very, very good. The march was months ago now, Jules. But left an impression on me. People don't like me because they heard I went on the march. You know. So it's fresh to me. It's fresh to me. World War II already happened, Lewis. Well, we're coming up to World War III. This is a different World War III. And the worst thing about World War III is that Keir Starmer and those people are our enemies. We got half the population hates us. And we've got 3 years to spend with them in power. 3 years without a chance. Without a chance. Or 4. Maybe it's going to be 4 years. Maybe it's 4 years. Can I thank Marianne for saying I look good? Can I say something about my hair, which I'm not happy about? Where this side. I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about it. Ian Higgs is making jokes. Where is Ruben? I think he made 1 joke today. So we've got people making jokes. I think FM Ghost, he's maybe feeling bad. He's feeling bad he did that, and he thinks I'm going to punish him in a major way. Maybe he came from a household where, Maltese Phil says it's 4 years of Starmer. Not necessarily Starmer, but the next person for Starmer. Rachel, whoever is the next person going to be. You know, how many years? Hopefully, by that time, the country will be bankrupt. And no one's going to listen to anything that Labour has to say. They're going to be dead. I don't mean to kill them, but they're going to be, as a political party, completely dead. They're going to be like the new Liberal Dems, just like the Tories. The Tories are going down. 17% of the population support the Tories. I saw the poll. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But, who knows whether Reform or any other party are going to come in and save the day. Is that true? Ghost already messaged me, worrying that you're going to ban him, Lewis. And obviously, I immediately felt sorry for him. I don't think that's a woman thing, but it could be. Is that what you are saying, Joodles? I don't think you're an incredibly caring person because you care about people. So, but you are a caring person, Joodles, and we all care for Ghost. Maybe it's best he stay away for a day or two. Maybe you could send him a message and say, just apologize, admit you've done wrong, and say you'll never do it again. Say you'll never do it again. That's what you got to do. I agree with Musk. We ain't got 4 years, Ron Smith says, from Mid-Wales. He's from Mid-Wales. Yeah, we don't have 4 years. So what do we do now? I don't know what we do. I don't know. I can't do anything. Maybe you could do something. I'm doing something here. I can't tell where you've gone, I can't tell you where you've gone wrong. I don't understand it myself. Who are you talking to, Ruben? You're talking to me. He is fessed up. Has he fessed up, Joodles? He hasn't fessed up. He has to fess up. Whether he's hiding in a corner, that's not punishment. You rob a bank, you hide, that you still go to jail. All messages. Yeah, I've got the all messages are up as. It's on live chat. Can we go over and make sure that we've liked this stream? It's free. Can we do the thumbs up or the bell? There's the bell there. Press the bell. Press the bell. Press the bell. Let's see how we're doing here. Let's see how many thumbs up. We got 28 thumbs up. That's brilliant. And how many people have 36 people watching? So what did we decide? He's got to admit he did something wrong. It's like I think a funny story. When I was after my divorce, I went on a holiday with my ex-wife because she didn't really hate me, and I was too naive to know that. I was too naive. I thought she hated me. Women can be very emotional. Like I say, I never want to see you again. But she wanted to have a happy family, and we went to France. And we were walking along the north coast of France with my wife, ex-wife, and I was with my son, and we passed the Nazi bunkers on the north coast of France. You probably all know this thing, Nazi bunkers. Hold on a second. Thank you very much. Anyway, so my son, I said, these are Nazi bunkers, and he was very young at the time, my son. He could have been under 5 years old. And my son actually asked me, this is the producer's son, he asked me, are we friends with the Germans? And I said, yes, we are. Because the Germans know what they did wrong. They promised never to do it again. They said they know what they did wrong. They said they were sorry to us. They promised never to do it again. And they gave us some money. And then I said to my son, that's what I'm trying to do with your mother. They know they did something wrong. They said they were sorry. They promised never to do it again. And they gave us some money. Oh my God, FM Ghost came in and says, I apologize to Lewis and Joodles and Lucy for my horny behavior on Discord and Kermit and Blackadder. Okay? Do you promise never to do it again? Do you promise never to do it again? So that's what you need to do. You've apologized to us. You know you did something wrong. Okay? Would you promise never to do it again? That's really sweet, though. So far, so good. And to everybody in the group, because we want to have an open thing. So that's really good. Okay. But thank you very much. Thank you very much for doing that. I really appreciate that, FM Ghost. But make sure you have to say, I'll never do it again. MC Scott says, I love him. That's good. Who is MJ Tiggerfang? Who is MJ Tiggerfang? MJ Tiggerfang. Where is MJ Tiggerfang from? But welcome, somebody new. I don't know who that is. It could be somebody old who's come back. Do you believe everything we've been told about World War II? I don't. Not really. No, there's lies. But did they try to kill the Jews? That they definitely did. That they definitely did. Okay. Joodles, no chance I see you. It's been a couple of decades already. Lewis, where are those bunkers? In the Bayou? In Normandy? No, they were right across. It was close to that. It was called, what was the name of the town called? It was right across the way. It was a beautiful town. Only 37% of the Germans voted in the Nazis. Once in, the Nazis showed their true colors. The Nazis were not just German movement, but a European and a socialist communist movement, and they wanted their own empire. Their own empire. So Lucy says she forgives FM Ghost. Okay. She forgives FM Ghost. I fell out of love with him 30 seconds ago, something like that. Yeah, that's what Dullahan said about the Germans. They were a communist party. Cherbourg. No, I'm going to tell you where the town was, where we were walking along. Let me see if I can find the map for German map. France, North Coast. There we go. We came in to Calais, and we're in Le Touquet, in the Le Touquet region. In the Le Touquet region, really beautiful. Really, really beautiful, Le Touquet. Okay, you know what that is? You know what that is? There you go. So what have we done today's show? Do we need to punish FM Ghost? He said he was sorry, which is painful to do. Nazi wasn't European. It had splinters. It had splinters in all of Europe, but nationalist movements at the time were vastly different. They were an empire movement. An empire movement. They were nationalistic, yes, but they were also a communistic nationalistic movement. I mean, the EU is a Nazi-type movement. I believe this. Saying excuse me to your computer for typing the wrong word is awfully cute. Okay. Boomer historian YouTube videos are great for World War II history. We're not debating World War II. Do we need to punish you after every time you say sorry, Lewis? Take that answer as your decision. Yeah, maybe you do. Maybe you do. I always say I'm sorry. Do I say I'm sorry too much, Joodles? We should all say we're sorry. Today's show was okay. Don't punish anyone. It's not a kindergarten. Well, why do they punish people? Because they want people to follow the rules. Basically. To admonish? No, maybe. It's a punishment. It's a punishment. You know, we want people in the future not to run and hide, but to come clean, to do the right thing and not to run and hide. And I think what FM Ghost has said, I think it's indicative of the fact that that we're all interesting here and we need to be nice to each other. Let's see. Empire is different from Lebensraum. The National Socialism is not the equivalent to communism. It's just not true. Well, why did they use the word socialism? I mean, the more and more I see it, the more and more I believe it. It's a strong central government controlling people's lives. the central, whatever it is. Someone didn't come in chat last night on stream, Joodles. Was that a punishment? Yes. Yes. Was that were you punishing us, Joodles? Was Austrian, but they are very close to Germans, and Austrians a bit like Moldova and Romania. Yeah. Stormer wants it to be communism. Yeah, he believes in that. Joodles is making a joke. Because MG Tiger Fang, because they changed the name. They took all the names off, and I don't know if it's just us or whether they're going to do it to everybody. They want everyone to be honest. I prefer it this way, actually. I prefer it. I don't like to see somebody say their name is John, and I don't know who John is. Oswald Mosley's black shirts were not against Jews in the early days. Just like in Italy at the time, the hostility came later. Yeah. I mean, it's always Hitler and Mussolini says no, Blackadder says no. We're socialists, but after having run-ins with the big red baddies, they decided to put their own spin on it. You mean the Russians, the Soviets. Nazism is not inherently anti-Semitic. That's Hitlerism and Himmlerites. Yes, possibly true. Possibly true. But the undercurrent of anti-Semitism ran strong, and you have to blame somebody. Like, as I read, what's great about the Jews is that they can never blame the Jews for their problem. Yeah, it's gone in reverse because your name is Mark. Well, which Mark are you, MJ Tigerfang? Which Mark? Are you new to the group? No, but it's ironic how the left go on about Hitler and the Nazis, and yet at the same time, Hitler and Nazi was an immigrant that got into German politics, and we're told the immigrants are always good. That's a very interesting thing. Mark. Oh, I see. It was okay. Well, welcome. I'm going to say that was Mark J. Tiger Fang is Mark J. Round of applause. No, Mark J. has been here a long time. He's been here. He's been quite a good member. Yes. I mean, the world is a bit complicated. It's like we want to be nice to people, but if they're not going to be nice to us, what are we going to do? Exactly. This has been a very interesting show, I think. Anyway. Mark J. No. Okay, wait, let's get back on track here. Okay. Joodles, our thoughts were with you because you lost the football match. I shouted at my neighbor today. He tried to dump his rubbish in my garden, frightened the life out of him. Don't let people dump their rubbish in your garden. Yeah, don't. We're not standing up. I go out every day to pick up rubbish in the street. And a lot of this isn't stuff that's come out of a rubbish, but it's stuff that's thrown on the ground. They get out of a car and they dump it on the ground right by the side of the road. Okay, thank you, I see you. Noam says it's ironic. Daz says it's ironic how the left go on about Hitler and the Nazis, yet at the same time, Hitler was an immigrant. Yes, okay, I read that before. That's true. Mussolini's finance minister was a Jew before. Yeah, because Hitler saw it as a way of uniting the world, And, I mean, you know how many Jews there are? There's 15 million Jews. And we're talking about everybody, including the people who hate themselves. So it's not that many. There are 2 billion Muslims. There are like 90 or 100 million Germans. There's a lot of different stuff going on. All right. I think that's been our show. We're going to end the show in 5 minutes. So anybody else have something to say? We've had a nice time. We've had a 90 minutes. How have I been this show? I think I've tried to be a bit more relaxed. Did I seem a bit too laconic? Was I a bit blasé? Join our Discord. Thank you, Kermit. I'm always forgetting. Join the Discord. Okay? That's so important. Give the thumbs up. Can you see the thumbs up? Do you see the bell? Press the bell button. That's so important. We're up to 1,130 people. 1,130. We're so close to 1 million. We got to hit the 1 million mark, and you're helping doing this. Go to Ko-fi. £5. I'm asking too little. Would it kill you to send me £50? Would it kill you? You know, and you asked for a second show. We're going to do a second show tonight at 10:30. A second show. And all the things that we discussed here, we might not discuss it then, but we can discuss something else similar. Maybe we can discuss this if you've got something else that we haven't discussed. Okay? We've got everybody almost seems like you're new here because all these different new names, MC and MCS and Gnome and yeah, we'll get to 1 million one day. I'm looking at the amazing Osmongold. He's very similar to me in a way. He admits he doesn't brush his teeth. I don't brush my teeth either. Anyway, it's a great show, mostly as kind of talked out from earlier. Well, you watched, which is great. So I see you can't be on, so let's make a commitment to come on, because I see you can't. The left have successfully labeled Hitler as far right, but in reality, he was far left. He believed in government control, just like the Davos crowd. Thank you, Blood. That's what I say. Thank you. You're agreeing with me. So go to PayPal. Make a contribution to PayPal. It's a blessing that this show is not monetized. It's a blessing because they take like 30-40% of the money. And I think PayPal takes far less than that, and Ko-fi takes less than that. I don't know how much Patreon takes. Anyway, you might need to game stream a bit, Lewis, like Osmongold. Have your son find something fun to play, a party game maybe. Some of us can join, yes. Well, do you know what I'm going to do? I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about doing more playing streams in the background like Osmongold does. And I tried today at 12 o'clock to go live of noon of what I eat. I want to thank Joodles for coming back. She punished us by staying away, and it was a punishment, and maybe that's what needed to be done. Lucy Van Pelt. I want to thank Lucy Van Pelt for accepting the apology of FM Ghost. That was brilliant. I want to apologize, Lucy Van Pelt, because I thought she had sent the image, and that was inappropriate of me. But I didn't know. I didn't know. To be fair, Joodles, we now have to defeat Latvia, which sounds like something like that Germany might also like to do. Why Latvia? So thank you very much. Everybody, we're saying goodbye to everybody. We're saying goodbye to Kerry Macca. 1984. Kerry Macca's recommending 1984. How could you punish someone who has only done what the host has continually asked the girls to do from the chair? He's only following the leader. Well, if anyone asks for an image to be sent to them, then you can send an image to them, but you don't put it publicly out on Discord for everybody to see. But let's say they don't ask for an image. You don't send someone an image that they don't ask to receive. I think that's right. So bye, everyone, Joe. I think that's fair. Bye, Mark J, who's MJ, Tiger Fang, MCS, I See You, Daz, Ron Smith, Blackadder, which is Gnome Hunter, Kermit, who's an unbelievable help. Maybe I'll speak to Kermit later, because I just think I want to how we can make this thing a bit better. Thank you all if you've contributed to the success of this channel, which gives us all a place to go to for 2.5, maybe 3 hours a day. Okay, saying that. So that's really nice of you. Joodles, back to saying thank you, Joodles. Maltese Phil, Dame Claire, she's off at work, but whatever, she's here. Keith Bexley, Kerry Macca. This is the A team. Mary Ann from Peekskill. If there's any name that I've forgotten, Ron Smith, tell me, and I'll add it. Alex, brilliant. Okay. Mike Ryan was here, and I didn't say hello to him. I missed him completely. I'm sorry, Mike Ryan, for missing you. I'm sorry. So Lewis Schaffer says thank you. And we'll see you at 10:30, I hope. 10:30. We'll see you at 10:30, okay? If I'm a bit late or something, always go to the Twitter. Could you join the Twitter? I think most of you guys are on Twitter. We got 1,300. Okay? Go on Twitter. Can you see Twitter? Go on Twitter. I'll see you at Mark Therosian. I'll see him. And Dullahan also. I didn't mention his name. And Ludd. And Alan Williams. And Dullahan. These are people who have added a lot. Go on Twitter. Just click that thing. Go on Twitter. Thank you very, very, very much. And thank Lucy again for accepting somebody's apology. That's what needs to be done. Making the apology, accepting the apology. That's Dale Carnegie. Okay. Joodles, have I muted myself? Okay, no.